Hey, what's going on, Hypno fam? I'm back with today's question. This one says, "Hey, Vinny, I love your TikToks." Well, thank you. What social media platform do you think is the best one for getting clients? I've heard a lot of different opinions, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I start building content on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok. Which one do you think is the best? So, yeah, I have kind of a slightly different way of thinking about this. The first thing, this actually reminds me of a conversation I had with a hypnotherapist recently. She was asking me some questions about lead gen with social media. And I said, in a similar situation, I just said, maybe stop thinking about it in terms of tactics and strategies. Start thinking about it like, how many people can you let know you can help them today? Right? If you do one video and that video only gets 30 views, only gets 200 views, only gets 250 views, that's incredible. Like, think about that if it were in real life, right? If you were standing in front of 200 people and you were conveying that you could help them, it's incredible, right? So start approaching it from that mindset. I think that can help, because where you start to build content, that's important to an extent, but I think you're going to know as you go, right? You're not going to be able to guess that on the front end. I'm sure some people might have some insights there in terms of demographics and things of that nature. Like, there's a whole lot of people on YouTube, but there's a whole lot of people on all these different social media platforms. The big thing is to get started, right? As you get started, you're going to get better at building that message. And I got a lot of thoughts on this. It's like you're building a habit, right? We're familiar with parts work and things like that. Those my fellow Joaquin folks. It's like right now you have the habit of not building content. Well, let's build the habit of building content. So I would take the pressure off yourself in trying to optimize on the front end. Optimization should happen later. Get started and build that content creating muscle and the habit of it. I would say that's the focus. You can go on TikTok. I'll even link to a site below. Go on TikTok, shoot the video, short form content, put it into a downloader. It'll scrub the watermark off it so the AI within the other apps doesn't repress your views. Just upload it there. So now you've got one piece of content. You're hitting them on Facebook, you're hitting them on YouTube, you're hitting them on Instagram, the reels and the shorts, etc. Just target everything, and then start to slowly experiment with long form content, unless you're naturally inclined to do that better. But in the back of your mind, don't think in terms of strategies and tactics. Like I said before, how many people have you helped today? Maybe another way to think about it's like, I don't know, how many people can you let know you can help the people they care about the most? Maybe that's another way to think about it. If it's too intensive a way to approach making content, it being that direct, right? So maybe the indirect there is a little easier for you to think about it. But even if you only have a couple hundred views when you're starting, or 30, 40 views, it doesn't matter. Your content's going to get better, and you can look back 6 months and you can see the growth. You'll see how you're getting better at it. And that's just a taste of where you're going to be. Like I got some stuff that popped up in my Facebook memories recently. I couldn't even watch it. It was so bad. It was so bad. I sent it to some friends. We laughed. Like in some of the videos, I didn't even know I was live when I was talking. It's just horrendous. But for me, it wasn't about how good I was when I started, because I knew it was going to be awful, right? And that's okay. That's how everybody starts. But as you consistently show up every day, you're just going to improve. It's just like hypnotherapy skill, right? That's why my training, where I teach organic hypnosis, it's all very hands-on. It's all actually doing the stuff. There's not a lot of theory, because I think what's really, really valuable is getting that time on task, actually getting comfortable working with people. There's all kinds of things that you have to pass through in terms of fears and apprehensions. So a lot of folks will maybe try to like do hypnosis for confidence, but it doesn't make sense to me to try to like fabricate confidence when you can just create it through experience, right? So let's build that, right? So that's what it's a bit of a side point, but you have an opportunity to build confidence through getting your hands on the thing now by doing it. So pick a niche or pick something you're really interested in talking about and start making content about it. Start experimenting with it. Start becoming an expert. Start learning about it. Right? You're gonna do this. A lot of times we're jumping out of the plane and we're building the parachute on the way down. That's entrepreneurship. And so you're strengthening that entrepreneurial muscle every time you do it. So there's a lot here. I feel like I could talk about this for like another hour. If you have more questions, let me know. I'll link to that site below. I'll also link to, perhaps some of you are really, really brand new. You don't have testimonials. You don't have clients. I'll link to another video where I talk about how to go about getting started very quickly. Anything else in the meantime, shoot me a message. I'm happy to clarify or go into more detail. I just don't want the apprehensiveness of trying to figure out the perfect way to start, because there is no perfect way. There's never going to be, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Ultimately, you're just going to build something great. And what's going to make it great is how unperfect it was on the journey, right? All the things you have to overcome, that's what people are going to resonate with. The polish is cool, like the charisma or the confidence on camera, but your experience and the uniqueness of you is what's going to make that very dynamic and engaging for people. Not trying to sound like Tony Robbins on the front end, right? That's nobody starts there. And if they do, that's great, but they've probably got other stuff they got to work through. So it's welcome to the game, right? Can't wait to hear about all the really cool stuff you make. Actually, send me a couple of your videos when you get started. I'd love to see them. All right. Take care, everybody.